Stop Lynas! Stop Lynas!
So my name is Tan Johan. I am the Executive Director of Pusat Komas. Pusat Komas has been coordinating the, I call it a grouping of NGOs who have been supporting or standing in solidarity with the campaign against the Lynas. Yeah? Because we didn't want to show that, we didn't want this to be known as like a SMSL versus Lynas issue, as a lot of people might think, or is it a Kuantan-based issue? Because it is a Malaysian issue, and Malaysian groups and citizens should be aware and should be supportive of this. That's why the NGOs have decided to stand in solidarity like that. Today we are calling a press conference because of, in response to the letter of demand which was sent by Lynas issued to several members of SMSL, or Save Malaysia Stop Lynas Group, and also to the 45 NGOs who had signed the statement which we issued on March 22nd when we had a press conference here. Okay.
And we are very concerned about health and environment, issues. And unfortunately, the government, because of its greed, because of its short-term orientation, because of its political opportunism, is creating an election issue. And it's going to cost the government very bad.
The Prime Minister said, we must protect our investments. So, I mean, that tells you exactly where the government position is. It's only looked upon as an investment issue, a profit-motivated project. We're not concerned about profit, we're concerned about the future of this country in terms of political decisions made in this country on so many issues, not just the environment, but on health, on corruption, on legal issues, human rights, the right of law. And in fact, when we talk about law, the rule of law, we must now talk about the rule of just laws. We have unjust laws in this country. I think that's a very important point to make. The rule of just law, not just the rule of law anymore.
The policymakers who have given the right to operate this plant are not very clear what they're going to do. And till today, they themselves are the Prime Minister, and we, the NGO, are very firm in our decision that we really want this thing to stop, because the place where the plant is now, it is very close to the residential area, because there is a big industrial area surrounding, and if anything goes wrong, big number of people will be immediately affected, and there's no such thing as it's a local issue.
From what I've read, the Malaysian government has stated that they have got no concrete evidence that this project is harmful.
That's inaccurate.
Okay, but you said just now that some high-profile Malaysians are involved in this project. Are you prepared to disclose any names?
No, I don't have any evidence of this. But we all know what's been happening, not only in this question of Lynas, but all the other corporate scandals that have been happening in this country for 40 years, perhaps.
I think that question actually throws a lot of light into things that we've been saying. Of course, you know, in Malaysia and anywhere else, it's very difficult to prove corruption or abuse of funds. It's very difficult unless they are caught in the action, literally. Now, in this case, there are a lot of questions that needs to be asked about the Lynas issue, which have been raised before by our friends in SMSL, with Vijayakone. There are big players such as the different signals have been giving contradictory information. One example is the TOL. No? There was talk that it was not been issued yet. He said we have misunderstood, according to the AELB director. And then there was talk that said that it was already issued since February. So how do you expect the public to understand clearly and to debate clearly on this, let alone to be convinced that it is not harmful?